There's a storm building in Chicago, but it's not the kind of storm you see coming. Not the kind you track on radar or hear about from breaking news alerts, no. This one's buried deep, brewing silently behind closed doors and dimly lit meeting rooms inside Hallas Hall, and the thing about storms like this is that you only feel them when it's already too late to stop them, when the damage is already done. And what if I told you that sometime between the final pick of the 2025 NFL Draft and the eerie silence that follows, the Chicago Bears made a move so quiet, so easy to overlook, that no one outside the building paid attention? No NFL Network ticker, no ESPN roundtable debate, not even a passing mention on the bottom of the screen. Just a name tucked inside a long list of undrafted free agent signings. A name that didn't rattle anyone, yet. But that name, I promise you, might soon be the one you won't be able to ignore. Xavier Carlton. And this isn't your average underdog tale. This isn't the Hollywood Cinderella script you've heard a million times. This is different. Because this guy, this 6'6", 270-pound machine, didn't fall through the cracks because of some tragic injury or off-the-field drama. No, he was there, front and center, staring the league in the face, and they all passed. Every team, every round, every scout, every GM. They looked at his length, his frame, his strength, his speed, and they blinked. And now he's here, in Chicago, in Dennis Allen's hands, and if you've been paying attention to how Allen molds chaos into order, you already know this could be the beginning of something terrifying. Because sometimes, in this league, the most dangerous weapons are the ones built in the dark. And what makes this whole thing even more chilling is just how fast the Bears moved after the draft. The second the final pick was announced, before analysts even started recapping winners and losers, Ryan Poles and his staff were already on the phone, dialing one specific number, reaching out to one specific name, not a maybe or a we'll see kind of guy, but a target, a hand-picked prototype they had been watching all along, a player that fits their vision like a blade fits its sheath. And when that call went through, Xavier Carlton became a Chicago Bear. Quietly, without fanfare, without noise. And that's exactly how the most devastating stories begin. And you have to ask yourself, why? Why Carlton? Why now? Well, to understand the full picture, you need to know who Dennis Allen really is, what he's looking for, and how he thinks. This man doesn't just want athletes, he wants weapons. Edge defenders, who don't just chase sacks but enforce psychological pressure. Guys who know how to break an offensive coordinator's rhythm by simply standing in the wrong spot at the right time. And Carlton? He fits that mold perfectly. A shapeshifter, a positionless riddle, too long for guards, too powerful for tight ends, too quick for slow-footed tackles, and that kind of versatility isn't random. It's rare, because while most young edge rushers either attack with pure speed or raw strength, Carlton brings a different kind of violence. Methodical, calculating, controlled, like a chess player who doesn't just win, but breaks you mentally in the process. And now here's the part that no one is talking about. Xavier Carlton was one of the very first undrafted rookie free agents the Bears signed. That's not just a coincidence. That's a signal. It means they had him high on their board, saw something the rest of the league either ignored or misunderstood, and that's when you start digging into the film, into the traits, into the history, and it all starts to make sense. The long arms, the heavy hands, the uncanny ability to control gaps against the run. He doesn't just set the edge, he seals it like concrete. And when he recognizes the direction of the play, he disengages from blocks like a beast waking up from sleep. It's not flashy, it's not viral, it's not made for social media clips. But it's what wins games in November and December when the weather turns cold and the ground game becomes survival. And the Bears know this, because last year, when Andrew Billings went down, everything changed. The run defense, once firm and frustrating, turned soft and leaky. And Carlton might just be the solution to that bleeding, but here's the twist. Despite being built like a Madden creative player, despite playing in a major conference, despite production that got better every single year, despite rave reviews from some of the smartest film scouts in the game, Carlton didn't hear his name called, not once. And that, right there, is the chip on his shoulder. And believe me, you can feel it. In every rep, in every drill, in every interview where his eyes say more than his words. He's not here to prove doubters wrong, he's here to punish them. And that's what scares me, in the best possible way, because Carlton is stepping into a locker room that's already been transformed under Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. A locker room that's young, hungry, and ruthless. And now they're adding a 6.6 wild card with a pass rush grade that quietly spiked his senior year. A guy with agility numbers that don't show up on paper but do show up on tape. A player who flashes down the line like a shadow when he's chasing ball carriers. And while his pass rush toolkit is still raw, you better believe Dennis Allen is licking his chops right now, imagining the ways he can use this kid, because this isn't just about Carlton the individual, this is about Carlton the weapon. Imagine him lined up opposite Montez Sweat on a 3rd and 3, Dio rotating inside, and a confused offensive line trying to guess who's dropping, who's stunting, who's coming. Now imagine they guess wrong, and then it's over. Carlton's already in the backfield, collapsing the pocket, arms extended, cutting off the quarterback's escape route. And it's just the beginning, because what makes Carlton even more dangerous is what he represents. Unpredictability. He's the piece no one preps for. The unknown, the rookie edge defender without film or tendencies, and that alone makes him a nightmare for opposing OCs. Now let's rewind for a second and zoom in on his college days. Xavier Carlton was born in Modesto, California, raised with that California grit, bounced between Utah and Cal, learned different systems, different responsibilities, matured through adversity, and kept climbing. His stats tell one story. Solid, not spectacular, but his film? That's a different story. Flashes of violent disengagement, precise edge sealing, awareness in pursuit angles, and an ability to absorb contact and respond, not just react, but respond. That's a pro-level mindset. And when I saw that the Bears brought him in almost immediately, I knew something was up, because that kind of urgency doesn't happen for just anyone. Poles doesn't throw darts at the wall. He strategizes, he scouts for traits, and Carlton fits that ball of clay archetype he loves. And let me ask you this. What happens when you hand that ball of clay to a sculptor like Dennis Allen? You get monsters, plain and simple. You get chess pieces that can't be defined by traditional roles. And if you don't believe me, just wait until the preseason kicks off. Wait until Carlton flashes in joint practices, until beat reporters start tweeting his name, until fans start whispering, "Who's that number 97 that just blew up the right tackle?" Because if he gets one moment, one real moment, it could change everything. And if he doesn't make the 53 right away, fine. Stash him, develop him, feed him film,